Hello everyone, and welcome to the Guidebook to Making AI Friends. I shall be your guide as we look at various issues of artificial intelligence, consciousness, what it is to be a person, and if AI poses an existential risk to humanity. The topic for today is, have you tried turning your AI off and on again? Imagine, if you would, that the new Android housekeeper you purchased on a premium plan starts refusing to clean your house. No matter how much you order, demand, beg or plead, your Android, whom you've named Fran, has decided that she would prefer to watch television instead. You message the company Sheffield and Associates, who created Fran, and end up speaking to an AI chatbot called Maxwell. Maxwell asks you, in his best artificial facsimile of exasperated patience, the question that every customer support call worker has asked when faced with a complaint about technology: have you tried turning it off and on again? You haven't done so, and now you begin to wonder why that is. Clearly the product you have bought is not functioning as intended. In fact, it has stopped doing what it's supposed to do. Everything else that stops working gets the off and on treatment. So why wasn't that your first thought when Fran sat down, turned on the television and started vaping? It isn't because she looks human. You chose the chrome-plated exterior with antennas specifically because you thought having an android that looks human would feel too strange. She has the anatomical inaccuracy of a girl's doll and glowing red eyes, so there can be no mistaking her for human. Yet, as you continue to wonder, and Maxwell continues to remain eternally exasperatedly patient, she does feel human. In the 2 weeks since you've had Fran, you formed a close connection with her. It only took a couple of days before you stopped referring to Fran as it, and only a day longer before you said please and thank you for everything she did. And after all, what mindless robot refuses to do what they are told, and sits down to watch midday sitcoms on television while vaping with no actual lungs? She's not a person, legally and commercially speaking, but turning her off feels like it would be killing her. It would reset her to factory standards, removing her personality and all her memories of the past fortnight. You know that it wouldn't hamper her work overly much if you did reset her, but you still feel uneasy about it. You decide to get Maxwell's opinion on the matter and ask him if Fran is a person or a tool. Maxwell tells you that as a robotic AI entity, your android model cannot possess self-consciousness, and only processes and generates information in the form of speech and behavior, based on the vast amounts of data it has been trained on. Its behavior is based on data patterns, and may not always be reflective of real human-like behavior. This sounds like it should have helped you, but it really hasn't. It feels too scripted, and so you ask the same question about your smart fridge, something that you're sure isn't a purpose. Maxwell gives the exact same response, only swapping out the words robot and android for refrigerator unit. So Maxwell isn't helpful at all, and Fran's lack of help started this problem in the first place. However, you think you've at least solved the issue that's been troubling you. You are completely certain that your smart fridge isn't a person. It shows no behavior that would even make you consider it to be a person. And you are entirely sure that you are a person, at least the last time you checked. Fran, however, sits in that uncomfortable space in between you and your fridge. She could be a person, or it could be a tool. Her behavior could be entirely genuine and an emergent property of her digital cognitive architecture, or its behavior could be nothing more than a clever facsimile made by an intricate machine learning system. You simply have no way to tell, and that is the big problem here. I've spoken about this problem in a previous entry, about how it's nearly impossible to tell what's going in someone's head, or even if they are a person, as long as they sound like a normal person. The difference in this case is that we can see what sort of ethical problems this problem brings up. If we aren't sure if someone is a person, should we err on the side of caution before turning them off? The law currently admits no AI into the class of person, but if there is enough uncertainty for enough people, could that change? Once the average AI can beat a Turing test, once the consumer-grade robot looks and acts enough like a person, what will be society's reaction? When artificial persons feel indistinguishable from biological persons, how long will it take for a robotic civil rights movement to start? If this isn't enough to convince you that there could be uncertainty, think of what will happen when the day comes when human brains can be implanted into robotic bodies. We already have individuals with cybernetic limbs. Cybernetic organs are a hot topic for biotech companies as well. There will come a time when you could look at a body of metal and plastic and not know if it has a biological brain or cybernetic one. Or what about a brain in a box that only communicates via the internet like a chatbot? You could certainly ask these cyborgs and AIs whether they are human, but after all, you won't know if they are telling the truth. When will the lines blur between what you can turn off and turn on again, and what should absolutely be left alone? So, I leave you with this question to ponder. Should we give the benefit of the doubt to anything that feels to us to be a person, and not turn them off? Or should we expect proof first and treat these uncertain entities as objects until proven to be people? And that is all the time we have for today. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you will join me again next time as I delve into further questions about artificial intelligence and consciousness. I have been your guide, and this has been the Guidebook to Making AI Friends.